Hey, how's it going, everybody? Lewis with Fine Finish Supply. We're going to do a video today on natural white oak. This is actually a natural white oak stain that we came up with here at Fine Finish Supply. We have had a tremendous amount of requests and people reaching out to learn how to keep a natural appearance of white oak. So I've got two different doors. One of them is actually not white oak, it's red oak. What we're seeing happen is a lot of people are ending up with red oak, even though they wanted white oak. So we're going to try it on both. This is our white oak sample. This is our red oak sample. We're going to use our water-based natural white oak stain. Again, this video is not just for professionals. This is an extremely easy to use product that we're confident that homeowners can also use to achieve this look easily. So stay tuned. We'll get started. All right, so the most important part of getting this ready is the sanding aspect of it. This is really straightforward. So this is a wipe on, wipe off application, and it's all water-based. So no harmful smells, anything like that. We're gonna use, you can use 180 to 240 sandpaper. We're gonna use one of our staining pads and a mixing cup. We pre-package the stains in this really neat container so that you can pour it very easily. You can try to pour it back in when you're done if you have leftovers, but it tends to be really convenient to not make a mess. So we're going to actually sand this door. You always want to sand with the grain if you're sanding by hand. If you're using an orbital sander, it's not that big of a deal. But if you are sanding by hand and you go across the grain, you're going to leave scratches in the grain that are going to show through when you stain it. I want to make sure we relieve these edges. We don't want really sharp edges. If we leave sharp edges, the surface tension of the coating is going to want to pull away, and you're going to end up with thin edges, which isn't good for moisture resistance and longevity with the coatings. All right, we got the white oak door sanded. We're going to go ahead and sand the red oak door exact same way. This door actually has a little bit more decorative molding around it. So again, we would just want to make sure we take extra care not to get cross grain scratches, especially when we start working around this center panel here if you're hand sanding. All right, we got both doors sanded. Now what I'm going to do, just to give us a reference point, I'm going to step the panel out. So we're just going to take some blue tape, and this is just so that y'all can see what the stain actually does on the substrates. Now, when you use this white oak stain, it might look like you didn't really put anything on. When you pour it out, you might even think that there's way too much white. We assure you that we have the right formula and mixture. We've been selling a ton of this white oak stain. Also, what we'll do, we're going to tape off 1/2 on the white oak door and let you see what it looks like with just doing a clear coat. So we'll go ahead and tape off a quarter, well, third maybe, of whatever this may be. And we'll do that one section in just our waterborne clear coat. I think there's a big misconception going around the internet right now. People think that if I just use a waterborne clear, that will be enough and it won't amber the substrate. That is absolutely not accurate information. It doesn't yellow the amber, or I'm sorry, doesn't yellow or amber the substrate as much as a solvent system would, but it is still going to change the color. Okay, so I'm going to take our white oak, and once you get this, you just want to kind of massage the bag a little bit just to blend up the colors. It is sealed, so we're just going to break the seal, and then a very easy, clean pour out into a mixing cup. that'll be plenty for what we're doing. Now, like I said, when you pour that out, it's going to look just completely white. So don't let that intimidate you. I'm actually going to also step out one corner on our white oak side so that we can do a comparative of the raw wood with the white oak stain. All right, we're going to take our staining pad, and all of this is available from us. So we'll have everything that you need to complete this. And this is very simple. We're just going to apply the natural white oak stain. Make sure you get in all your center panels here. And go in a circular motion. Make sure you get good penetration into the substrate. And then once we are confident that we've applied it everywhere that we need to, all we're going to do is get a rag and wipe it off. The stain does have a really good open time, so you don't have to worry about trying to wipe it off extremely fast. Obviously, we don't want to let it sit on the surface any longer than necessary. We'll just take that clean rag now, go ahead and wipe off the stain. The stain dries really quick with it being waterborne. If you're going to try and use our stain with another product that is not one of our clear products, and it is an oil-based or solvent-based product, you're going to want to let this dry longer than if you used one of our clear top coat products. Reason being, if it's solvent or it's petroleum, if there's still a higher moisture content on the substrate, there is a possibility it could blush. So we don't want that to happen. I've got this one stained. And again, it doesn't look like we did much, but all the magic is when we go for the top coat. So this is for those that are wanting to keep that very, very natural appearance. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do our red oak sample, just to see what it looks like. Not saying that this product is gonna make your red oak look like white oak, but we've been asked the question before on what will happen if they use it. So we're gonna find out. A lot of people will say the waterborne products raise the grain. I mean, I'm working with it now. If you prep the substrate right and you're using the right high quality product, you shouldn't have a grain raise issue. We do see that issue when people try to use a lower quality product. And reason being is just the resin system. You know, we use a lot higher quality resin systems for all of our products. All right, we've got these all stained. We're going to go ahead and let these dry. We're going to come back to you with our clear, and we'll go ahead and shoot some clear on these and see what they look like. All right, guys, now we're going to shoot our first coat of top coat. I'm going to use the Apollo HVLP. I want to kind of reiterate this, though. Our waterborne top coats are self-sealing and self-leveling. They're extremely easy to use. I'm confident enough to say you could use this in a DIY, Wagner style sprayer, something you can buy at a home goods store to apply this. Also, we have used this with a brush and roller. So if you wanted to brush and roll it, especially with the low sheens, we're going to use a tin sheen, which most would consider a matte or a flat, dull, something like that. But the sheen on it is actually tin sheen. So again, very easy to use. I am going to apply it with our professional spray equipment, but don't be intimidated by that. All right, so this is the first coat of clear. Here's where we had our natural white oak stain. This is just clear over the actual white oak. So you can see this already has taken on that kind of amber yellowish appearance here where we shot the white oak, or where we used the white oak stain and shot our first coat of clear. It's definitely changed and kept it very natural looking. So we're going to shoot the red oak now and see how that comes out. All right, now that our first coat of clear is dry, we're going to lightly scuff sand it, 320 to 400. We're going to use 400. We didn't get a bunch of grain rays, so we're just going to lightly go over it, smooth everything out, and shoot our second coat. Now with our clears are actual industrial wood coatings. They're going to offer superior durability, moisture resistance, chemical resistance, than anything you could possibly buy across a counter from one of your big box retailers. All right, we're going to get our second coat, and that'll be it. All right, so that's 2 coats on our white oak and our red oak. We'll go ahead and peel this tape off here so you can see how close to the natural white oak this is. So remember, we just taped this off, and then this side actually has nothing. So this is just white oak with our water-based clear. You can see that it really changed the color, ambered it. If you look over here, the only thing difference that you can really tell is that it now has a sheen. And this is a low sheen. This is a 10 sheen. This is what we found that's most popular. I'll give you another example. So this is actually a raw wood white oak door of the same batch. And when we take a look at them, you know, side by side, you can see difference there in the raw wood, our white oak stain, and just the natural clear. So now we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the red oak. I'm actually pretty impressed at how the red oak, of course we still have a little bit of that pink red tone to it, but that white oak stain really helped kind of tone it down. And take a look at it here. Now this one we didn't clear it, but I have another one of those doors. This is the raw wood. I can just kind of show you with the white oak stain on red oak, kind of what that looks like. I hope this video gave everybody the confidence to use this product. Again, this is very easy to use. If you have any questions, feel free to give the store a call Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. That phone number is 1-866-304-8640. Everything's available on our website, www.finefinishsupply. Later.